Hello and welcome to Wonder Girl Tarot. This is your reading for the week of July 6th through the 12th, 2020. It's a general reading for anyone who feels called to watch the video, as well as for my returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoy the video, please feel free to like, share, or leave me a comment, or subscribe and click the little notification bell on my channel page. That helps the channel to grow and means so much to me. I have shuffled the deck and drawn 3 cards. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest for some other viewer. The first is going to represent Monday and Tuesday, the second Wednesday and Thursday, and the third Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But as I always say, these may be energies that come and go throughout the week and aren't restricted to those particular days. I've also drawn a card from the Wildwood Tarot to give us a bit of additional advice and guidance. And before turning over the cards, I'm going to begin by reading a poem. This week it's another one by Rumi, and it's called Someone Digging in the Ground. An eye is meant to see things. The soul is here for its own joy. A head has one use, for loving a true love. Legs, to run after. Love is for vanishing into the sky. The mind, for learning what men have done and tried to do. Mysteries are not to be solved. The eye goes blind when it only wants to see why. A lover is always accused of something, but when he finds his love, whatever was lost in the looking comes back completely changed. On the way to Mecca, many dangers, thieves, the blowing sand, only camel's milk to drink. Still, each pilgrim kisses the black stone there with pure longing, feeling in the surface the taste of the lips he wants. This talk is like stamping new coins. They pile up while the real work is done outside by someone digging in the ground. And I'm also going to read a quote by Marcus Aurelius, number 4 from the Meditations. Remember how long you've been putting this off, how many extensions the gods gave you, and you didn't use them. At some point, you have to recognize what world it is that you belong to, what power rules it, and from what source you spring, that there is a limit to the time assigned you, and if you don't use it to free yourself, it will be gone and will never return. So, we'll see what the cards have to say, and maybe there's a relationship between the poems and the cards. So for Monday and Tuesday, we have the Queen of Wands. For Wednesday and Thursday, the 8 of Pentacles. For Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 2 of Pentacles. And under the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. Actually, the 2 of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords both came out multiple times, so they must have really wanted to show up. But this looks like a week of you taking some action, and it does seem like it's this combination of fire and earth, because we begin the week with the Queen of Wands. This is a very dynamic person. It can be you yourself or somebody that you're encountering. She is of the element of fire, so passion and creativity and initiative and going after what you want. You could be feeling very inspired to make things a reality. Maybe some of those things that you've been putting off that Marcus Aurelius talks about. And combined with that inspiration and fire, you have earth, which is practicality. The 8 of Pentacles is about hammering things out, repetitious tasks. It's like you have the inspiration to do something, and then you have to put in the legwork and practice over and over again to master your craft, or to, progress in your career or something. It's like a lot of day-to-day mundane tasks that don't seem very exciting. But the fact that you have these two together makes it seem like you're going to be able to combine passion and the sort of daily grind together, so that, like, in order to keep working away at something, you have to have the vision for it and the excitement that it brings you. You have to keep that alive. And in order for you to make your visions real, you have to be able to work at them and actually take practical actions. So it seems like this is a week where you might be able to take some of your dreams and begin hammering them out in the real world. And towards the end of the week, we have the Two of Pentacles. So this is about juggling, keeping afloat, when maybe you've got a bunch of different things that you're responsible for. Like you've got your regular job, and you've got this new inspiration, or you've got your, family that you really care about, people you want to invest in. And then you've also got this work that you care about equally, or, maybe you've got things in your day-to-day life that you're responsible for, but there are things stirring inside you that are also calling for your attention. Your inner world may be kind of pulling you in another direction, and you can see, like, in the background there's this somewhat turbulent water, and the ships are going up and down on these big waves. So maybe there's something, maybe your life is changing a lot, or you find yourself changing deeply on the inside, and you're having to kind of ride those waves and try and stay afloat. But it looks to me like you have what it takes. And the Knight of Swords on the bottom of the deck seems like you're going to be showing a lot of initiative, a lot of taking action. And I think he showed up last week too. We had the Knight of Swords, didn't we? So, and I talked about how this could relate to communication, or to some kind of creative endeavor that involves words and speaking, language, musical composition, all of these things. The Knight of Swords is about Mercury. I think Mercury's going direct at the end of the week. So maybe there's some things that have kind of been on hold, and now you're being able to move towards them and say what you mean. Maybe you've felt like your words are a bit blocked, or people have misunderstood you, or you've misunderstood them, or you just haven't known what to say, and now you're able to communicate more clearly, and to move forward, and to understand, and to make yourself understood. And you also have like this kind of internal force to know what it is that you want to say, and to know, what it is that you understand, and where you want to invest, and what you want to do. I think this was the theme last week too. It's sort of interesting that it continues. But of course, it makes sense, because these sort of things, like understanding what you want to do and what's important to you, and taking action and the daily work, it's not resolved in 1 week. It's like the work of a lifetime, isn't it? But it seems like a positive week, and one that you're going to have some tangible things to show for it. And that seems really great. And so I'm going to turn over this card, and we'll see what we've got. And we have the Ace of Stones. So stones in this deck are pentacles, and this is like the Ace of Pentacles, so it's a new beginning in something really solid, something that can stand the test of time. They call it foundation of life. So this can be the very beginnings of a career or a project that lasts a long time. It can be beginning to get to know somebody that you're going to marry. You know, it's like something that's going to last. Or an artistic pursuit that lasts a long time, but it's something in the real world. It can be like because aces are a rebirth or a new birth of something, so it can be the beginnings of a job, a career, a business, or it can be like you laying the foundations for good health or a good family situation, stuff like this. It's very like earthly energy. But I'll read what the book has to say. And let's see. Yes. The most potent act of the mind is to conceive of an idea and manifest it into practical material reality. This means being able to formulate and marshal your thoughts to bring about a real world change or transmutation of a wish, dream, or desire, making it physically happen. The concept of the material world as a solid, unchanging thing has evolved with our understanding of the cosmos. Human beings seem unique in their ability to interact with the material world, and yet have a foot in the other world of the mind, imagination, and creative will. To be connected to the earth and the power that resides there allows us to draw from this primal source and direct the power of our minds to create changes in our world. The concept that the realms of matter and the realms of the mind are totally separate and detached is now outmoded and verifiably untrue. The primal rock is decorated with ancient cup and ring markings to express the emergence of creation and the cycles of energies within the universal consciousness, and the still and stable point from which to plan and empower your life, fulfilling your material dreams. So that really seems like it's speaking to what I was saying about this combination of earth and fire, new beginnings. And I'm also thinking about the quote I read from Marcus Aurelius, that there may be something that you've been putting off. And this also came up last week, but and that at some point you have to recognize what world you belong to. So a material world, one where there are certain laws and rules that govern it, and that there are limits to your time here. So this very kind of material, earthly, grounded approach to your life in this coming week. And that you have this opportunity, this new opportunity to free yourself. And, I think he's talking about freeing yourself mentally, but the reading is also talking about perhaps freeing yourself from material constraints and limitations and things where you've been really stuck. It's like you have this new opportunity to lay a fresh groundwork for your life. And I know we just had an eclipse today, or I think last night maybe, and so that may have some bearing on it. It's like things coming to a culmination and letting go of things that don't serve you anymore, moving forward. And there may be some kind of pilgrimage that you're making internally or externally towards something that you want. It could be literally, or it's like right now you're taking the first step to towards the things that you dream of. And it just popped into my mind. I think I don't remember who said this, but this sort of rhetorical question, like, is it one day or day one, where it's like, perhaps this is the beginning of the next phase, and it's it could be quite exciting. So I hope that's the case for you. I hope this is a wonderful week. And I'm sorry the camera was really blurry and kept refocusing. I hope you could also hear me. I've been having some technical challenges, but yes, I hope this reading resonated and that it's a great week for you. Leave me a comment if you feel so inspired, and take very good care, and I'll be back with another video like this next Sunday. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.